Hi viewers, I am Nadeem.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the Farooq Academy. Today we will discuss chapter number 06, exercise 6A, part number 2. This exercise is divided into two parts. Today we will discuss part number 2 because first part we have completed. Book D2, Pythagoras Theorem. Question number 5. So find the values of x and y given in given diagram. You can see here this diagram is given to you, that is in your textbook, and this one is a 90 angle, so this side is 12 and that one is your 20 and this one is 15, and we have to find the value of y, also the value of x. So first of all we give the name of this given triangle. For example, we can say that you are A, B and C. So that is your first triangle. In A part we are going to solve A part. Now the two sides are known to us. We take this triangle because this side is known to us, because two sides are already calculated. We have to find third side, so taking this triangle. So in triangle A B C, in triangle ABC, you can see here here is a 90 angle, so this corner means this is your perpendicular and that one your base and that one your hypotenuse. So it is represented by C, hypotenuse is represented by C, altitude is represented by A, and the base is represented by B. So you can see here, if you rotate the triangle, you can see here, now in this triangle ABC, the value of B is x, which is to be determined, and the value of C is 20 and the value of A is 12, that is altitude. So since by Pythagoras theorem B square is equal to C square minus A square, so putting the values, that is 20, A 12, and we have to simplify it, that is 400, 144, but you need the value of B. So after simplification you will get 256, so that is equal to 16. So actually what is B? Actually B is your x, so it means therefore you have to put here x because you are going to find x. So that is your result. Similarly, in the same triangle we have to find the value of y also. Now you should take this triangle, let's suppose that corner or that vertex is your D. So in triangle ACD, in this triangle you can see here is your 90, so that is your perpendicular, that is the value of A is 12, that is your base. The base is B, represented by B, which is equal to y, we have to find, and that is your hypotenuse, that is your C, that is your 50. So since by Pythagoras theorem C square is equal to, but you need the B, so B square is equal to C square minus A square. So putting the values, C square is 15 and the value of A is in this portion, you can see here the value of A is 12 square. So by simplification B square is equal to 15 into 15 minus 144, and 15 into 15 you will get 225. So after subtraction the value of B is you will get that is 81. So 9 9s are 81, the value of V. What is B? Actually B is your y, because we have written here in your diagram when you take this triangle, that is a triangle, this one, so that is your y. So the value of y is 9. So here is your result. Now coming to the next diagram, that is B part of the same question. You can see diagram is given like this, and that is your 90, that is your 60, 156, and that portion is your y, and that is your x we have to find, and this portion is 65. So once again you should give the name, that is your A vertex, and that is your C, that is your B, and that is your D. Now if you take this triangle, then it should be noted that that we have two triangles, but first you take this triangle, because two sides are known to us, so you should take this triangle. That is, so when you take this triangle, in triangle ACB, you know, that is your perpendicular, that is your altitude representing by A, that is your B representing as a base, and that's one your C, that is your hypotenuse. So because here is a 90 angle also, so in triangle ACB, the value of A is 60, the value of B is x, which is to be determined, and the value of C is 65. Since we have by Pythagoras theorem, we have formula, that is B square is equal to C square minus A square, putting the values. So the value of B is, the value of C is 65 square minus 60 square. You will get after you will get 65 will give you 4225 by using calculator, and that is 6 6 are 3600. So that is your B square. But it should be noted that B is representing actually x, so it means the value of B is equal to that is 625. So the value of x is, therefore because B is representing as a x, so the value of x is 25 is your required result. Now in the same diagram we have to find the value of y also. Now you should take this triangle. Now in triangle CBCD, in triangle BCD, in this triangle that is your A altitude, that is your C hypotenuse, and that is your base B, which is represented by y line. So it means the value of B is y, which is to be determined, value of C is 156, and the value of A altitude is 60. So since we have a formula, that is B square is equal to C square minus A square, so putting the values, C is 156 whole square minus A, the value of A is 60 square. So by using calculator you can find the square value, that is 156 give you 24336 minus 6 6 are 36, that is 3600, and after subtraction you will get 20736, that is your B square. But you need the value of B. You can see here so therefore the B square is equal to 20736, but the value of B is 20736 under root, and B is representing as a y, so y is equal to, so taking under root you will get 144. So that is your required result. Now coming to the question number 6. Question number 6. In A part you have been given a diagram just like as you can see here, that is your given diagram like this, that is your 90, that is your also 90, this one is 14, this one is your x, and that one is your 19, and that one is your 23. So we have to find the value of x. Suppose, how can we find the value of x? It means give the name. For example, that is we need this triangle, but it is a trapezium. We don't need trapezium, so we need a triangle. So we have to make a cut, for example that one. So in this way, here is also 90, so we can apply Pythagoras theorem here. Now the length is 14, here is 19. What is the length of this? So 19 minus 14, you will get this portion which is equal to 5. So that portion is equal to 5. So it means you have to subtract. Give the name so you can understand in a better way. That is, for example, that is your A, that is your B and C. Okay, now you can see BC is therefore in rough work you can say that the BC is actually 19 minus 14, you will get 5. So the BC is 5, which is also known as, if I take this triangle, in triangle ABC, in this triangle, here is your altitude is represented by A, base is represented by B, and that is your C, that is your hypotenuse. So the base is, we have to find, that is because this side is equal to this side. It means both the sides are equal, so it means actually this is your x, we have to find this. So the value of A is 5, just we have calculated. Actually BC is your A, BC is your A. So A is 5 and C is 23. So it means since we have Pythagoras theorem, that is B square is equal to C square minus A square. So putting the values, 23 square, A 5 square. So the value of B square is 25. So 23 multiply with 23, you will get 529. So subtract it, you will get B under root, because actually B is representing what? B is representing your x, so that is your x. So after subtraction you will get 504, and taking under root you will get 22.45. that is your required result. Now coming to the B part of the same question. In B part, you can see here triangle is given to you, that is your triangle, that is your triangle, but this triangle is like this. Here 90 degree is found, here is your y, that is your 15, that is your 8, and this one is your 6, and that is one your x. So here you can see this is the given condition. You have to find x and y. These two sides are known to us if you take this triangle. So give the name of this these two triangles. For example, that is your A, B and C, and that portion is your D. So you take in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, here you see that is your base, that is your altitude, and that is your C, hypotenuse. Here in this triangle C is equal to y, which is going to find out. Now the value of B is 8 and the value of altitude A is 6. Since we have a formula, that is C square is equal to A square plus B square. So putting the values, 6, and that is, so 6 is a 36, so you will get c square. So what is the value that will give you 100, because you don't need, actually c is representing what? Actually c is representing y, so therefore the value of y is 10. So you have calculated the value of y, that is 10. So it means that is your that value is equal to 10. Now when you take this triangle, now in triangle ABD, here that one is your 90 angle, it means that is your perpendicular, that is your base. So that is your base, that is your perpendicular. Now in this triangle it is represented by A, and that is your C, because that is your hypotenuse. So in this triangle it is clear that the value of B is 50, altitude is 10, just we have calculated. In this triangle it gives the altitude, and here the value of C is equal to x, which is going to be find out. So since we have a formula, that is c square is equal to a square plus b square, putting the values, that is you will get the value of c square 100 and 225, maybe after using. So it means after calculation you will get the value. Actually you need the value of c, which is equal to 325 under root, but again we don't have enough space, so you can see here therefore the value of c is 325 under root, and the value of c is 18.03. So you have calculated the value of c. What is c? Actually c is representing what? C is representing x, so it is your x. That is your result. Now coming to the c part. In C part you can see given diagram is like this. It is like a, you can see here here 90, and here also 90 degree. It is given, that is your x, that is your 19, that is your y, and 13, that is your 5. Okay, these two sides are known to us to take this triangle. You should give the name and take this triangle. For example, that is your C A B C, this triangle, and this one is your D. So in triangle you can take this triangle because these two sides are known to us. So triangle BCD or CBD, no problem. In triangle CBD or BCD, in this triangle you can see here is your 90. So this corner, one is altitude, this one is your base, and that one is hypotenuse, that is represented by C. So here you can see the value of B is 5, the value of C is 13, and the value of A is representing as a Y, and we have to find this. Since we have a Pythagoras theorem, that is A square is equal to C square minus B square. So putting the values, 13 square, that is B square, A square. So A square is equal to 25, 13 into 169. So under root, the value of A is, after subtraction, you will get what? 144. So the result is 12. But it should be noted where A is representing the value of Y. Therefore, actually you have calculated the value of Y, that is 12. Now when this value is equal to 12, now you take this triangle. So in triangle ACB, in this triangle ABC, you can see here that one is your 90. So that is your base, that is your altitude. Now it is that is your C, hypotenuse. So we have to find the value of this B because unknown value is x. It means here the value of C is 19, the value of B is x, which is to be determined, and the altitude is 12. So we have a formula that is since by Pythagoras theorem, but we don't have enough space. Okay, we can see here. Since by Pythagoras theorem, b square is equal to c square minus a square. Putting the values, c is 19, a is 12, b square. So 144 minus 19 means give you 361. So the value of b is under root. That is 217. Actually, what is b? B is actually your x, and the value of x is 14.73. So that is your result. Now coming to the D part. Now in D part, the given diagram is in your textbook. You can see here this one is, and that portion is like this. So here is your 90, so this portion is y, that is your 8, again 90, that one is your 15, and we have to find this x, and then this one is 31. So known sides you should take first. These two sides are known, so with the help of these two you can find x. So give the name, so you can for example, that is where A, B, C, and that is your D. So in triangle ABC, in this triangle that is your altitude, that is your base, and that is your hypotenuse C. Since by Pythagoras theorem, you know C square is equal to A square plus B square. So the value of C square, what is the value? Putting the values, A is 8 and B is 15 square. So 64 plus 225, that is your C, and the value of C is under root. So you can say that that is equal to 289. So what is the value of C? Actually C is representing x, so the value of x is 17. So that is your result. Now we have to find the value of y also. So now you taking in triangle ABD. In this triangle, that is your hypotenuse, that is your that is your perpendicular, which is known as altitude, that is your base, which is your B, and that is your C, which is your hypotenuse. B is x, just you have calculated, that is equal to 17. So it will help us in next triangle. For example, when you take triangle ABD, in this triangle the value of B is 17, value of A is y, we have to find, and the value of hypotenuse C is equal to 31. So since by Pythagoras theorem, the value of A is equal to C square minus B square. Value of C is 31 square, the value of B is 17 square. So that is your A, that is your A square. So simplify it. After simplification, you will get that is your D part. So make use a calculator to simplify it. So 31 give you the squaring value, what that is 17. So it means by using calculator, with the help of calculator you can find the values. that is 231 multiplied by 31, that is 31 multiplied by 31, you will get 961. So 961 multiplied by so 17 into 17, you will get 289. So that is the value of a square, but you don't have enough space. So okay, you can see here that is so the value of a square is 961 minus, you will get 672, and the value of a is 672 under root. So actually what is a? A is representing y, so therefore y is equal to 25.92 is your y. So that is your result. Now coming to the next part, that is e part. In e part, you can see another triangle is given in your textbook just like as, but you can see here that one is your 90 y, that is your x, and here is your 13, and here is your 9. So again, by the same methodology, give the name, and known two sides can be taken as, for example, this triangle is your for example, that one is your A, B, C and D. Now take this triangle and triangle ABC. In this triangle, that is your altitude, that is your hypotenuse, that is your base. So you can see here the value of B is 13, the value of A is 9, and the value of C is equal to x we have to find. Since we have a formula, that is C square is equal to A square plus B square, putting the values. So 250. So the value of, actually C is representing what? It is representing your x. So take the under root, you will get 15.81. So that is your required result. So that is your answer. Now coming to the we have to find the value of that is 15.81. just you have calculated, that is 15.81. now take this triangle. So in triangle ABD, in this triangle you know that is your 90, so that is your perpendicular, altitude A, that is your base B, and that is your hypotenuse, that is your C. So it means here the value of C is equal to 15.81, just we have calculated, but the value of altitude A is equal to y, we have to find this, and the value of base is equal to what, and the value of B is it is given to you, that is equal to 10 in your textbook, that is your 10. So since we have a formula for Pythagoras theorem, that is a square is equal to c square minus b square. So putting the values, we don't have, okay, we have to solve here because we don't have enough space here. That is, therefore a square is equal to, putting the values, 15.81 square minus b square, b is 10, so the a square is equal to that is your 10 tens are 100, so 15.81. You should use a calculator, so it will give you the and the result that is 15.81. 15.81 multiply by 15.81, you will get 249.95. so minus 100, the value of a square is minus 100, you will get 149.95. so that is your a square, but we need the value 149.95 under root. Therefore the a is representing actually your y. So what is the value? So find the under root of it, you will get approximately 12.25. so that is the value of y. So that is your required result. Now coming to the f part. In F part, you can see a diagram that is a little bit difficult diagram. That is, you can see here but you can see here another triangle, then again, and then again. So that is your K, that is your Z, Y and X. Here is 7, here is 4, 4, 4, 4. So that is your given diagram. Now again, the known two sides you should take, and first of all make the name, give the name. For example, that is O, A, B, C, D, then that is your E. So in triangle, first you take this triangle, that is in triangle OAB. Here in this triangle you can see that is your 90, 90, 90 angle. So when you take this triangle, so here that is your altitude, that is your base B, and that is your hypotenuse C. So the value of B is 7, A is 4, and C, that is X, we have to find. Since we have a formula that is C square is equal to A square plus B square, so putting the values, that is 4 plus 7, so C square. So C square is equal to 4 4s are 16, 7 7s are 49. So C square is equal to, that is 65, but you need C, 65 under root. Actually C is representing what? C is representing X, therefore the value of X is 8.06. so that is your result. Similarly, when you take the other triangle, that is the, now we have to find Y. Now you take triangle, now in triangle OBC, in this triangle, when you take this, here the X is just, you have calculated, you have to use here. Here what is the value of X? That is 8 point something you have calculated here, 8.06 just you have calculated. So when you take this triangle, here is your altitude A, here is your base, it is your base, and that is your hypotenuse. Hypotenuse means C. So the value of C is, you can see here, the value of C is Y we have to find. So the base is 8.06. The value of A altitude is 4. Since we have a formula, that is C square is equal to A square plus B square plus C. So putting the values, the value of A is 4, B is 8.06 whole square, that is your C. So C square is equal to 4 4 is 16 plus 8.06. You have to find with the help of calculator. You can get that is 8.06 multiplied by 8.06, you will get 64.96, which is approximately equal to, that is 65, but we should use 64.96. so therefore is equal to near about, after addition it will give 80.96, it will give you 81. So the value of C is 81 under root. Actually C is representing what? C is representing y, therefore the value of y is 9. So here is your result. Now third portion is when you take the triangle OCD, because another triangle we have to solve. Now we have to solve this portion. Here y is just you have calculated. We have to put here y is near about 9. So in triangle, now you take this triangle. When you take this triangle, in triangle OCD, in this triangle, here is your altitude A, so the A is 4, here is your base B is representing by 9, and we have to find the value of Z. Z is actually hypotenuse C is equal to Z, and we have to find. Since we have a formula, C square is equal to A square plus B square, putting the values, and plus 9 9s are 81. So this is your C square. So C square is equal to, that is 797, but the C is equal to 97 under root. So actually C is representing what? Actually C is representing Z. So you can find the value of 97, that is 9.85. So that is your result. Now last triangle we should take. Now in triangle, now you should take this triangle, this one, that is in triangle ODE. Here you can say that that is your altitude, that is your hypotenuse C, and that is your base B. Here you see the altitude is 4, C is equal to K, we have to find, and the value of B just now we have calculated, we should use, that is 9.85. Since we have a formula, that is C square is equal to, by Pythagoras theorem, A square plus B square, putting the values, C square, so that is 9.85 whole square. So 4 4 are 16 plus, that is your C square. 9.81, you should use a calculator. 9.85 multiply by 9.85, you will get 97.022. So add it, you will get the value of C square plus 16, you will get 113.022. So now you need the value of C, so 113.022 under root. So actually here C is representing as a K, so therefore the value of K is near about 10.63. so that is your required result. Now coming to the last part of this exercise. which is a very important. Most of the questions, most of the students. Now question number 6, having G part. The given diagram is like this. Sorry, you can see here. That is your 90. That is your also 90. We have to find this x. These two cuts mean both are equal. So it is given that up to this portion, this one, that is equal to your 16. Now in your textbook you can see this is on the last question, last part. Okay, now what should we do? Sorry, we have to find that if we need this, we have to find this side. What should I do? Okay, this portion is your 12. It is given in your textbook. So it means the whole length is 16, but this portion is 12. If I would like to enhance this diagram like as, that is, I produce this and make this like this. So it means I have, so what is the length of this side? This one is 12, full length is 16, so it means 16 minus 12, this one is 4. So this side is known to us, that is 4. We have to find x, but I don't have this side, and this side is given in your textbook, that is equal to 9. That is equal to 9. So it means if I draw a diagram and divide this into two portions, so if the whole length is up to this is 9, so what is the length of only this portion? Definitely divided by 2 you will get 4.5. So this is the main thing to understand. How can I get this value 4 and how can I get this value 4.5? So it means if this one is 4.5, definitely this one also be 4.5. So now in this rectangle or square, you can see here that is 4, this side is 4.5. So it means this side is also 4.5. Now you have here 90. So it means two sides are known to us. Then you can take this triangle. So you can see in this triangle you will be able to find the value of x if you suppose this triangle. Okay, now consider this triangle in specific triangle. We can say that here is your 90, so it means that is your perpendicular, that is your B, altitude. Altitude is represented by A, here that is your base is represented by B, that one is your C. So it means by Pythagoras theorem, here in this triangle the value of A, that is altitude, is 4, because you have here 90 angle, so it should be noted that this one is your perpendicular, this one is your base. So the value of A is 4 and the value of B is 4.5, and the value of C is actually representing x. We have to find this. So since we have a formula for Pythagoras theorem, that is c square is equal to a square plus b square. So the value of A is 4, value of B is 4.5 whole square. So simplify it, so you will get c square. So what is the value of this one? Sorry, you will get 20.25. By adding you will get 36.25, that is your c square. Now you see here, therefore the value of c is 36.25 under root. Actually c is representing your x, so the value of x is 6.02. So here is your result. What is the value of x? That is 6.02 is your required result. So it means this portion is also 6.02 and that one is also 6.02. So by the grace of God we have completed part number 2 of exercise 6A. So thanks a lot. Thank you for watching.